'em if you got 'em.
Crack me if you got him on this fine Sunday service, baby.
I mean, I'm going to let this one just roll out a little bit longer so you can feel that groove, baby.
It's good. I like it. You know what? I just like it.
It is. It's smooth. It's a perfect Sunday service atmosphere.
It's a smooth song, just like these smooth mixed drinks.
Ooh.
I do like that the band...
Clink 'em if you drink them.
Clink 'em if you drink them. I do like the Bandwagon Boys rocking the mixed drinks because when Adam was upstairs, I could hear him mixing them. And I said to Alex, I like the Sunday service because about halfway, you can tell Ad starts feeling these triples that he's pouring himself.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets a little spicy.
But this is exactly what the Sunday services are for.
It's 100%. It's what it's for. It's hot out right now. You guys are refreshing with the drink. We actually had a content day, a Cowboys Can Fan content day. With a bunch of filming, we came up with a bunch of ideas. You'll just have to look forward to that stuff.
Just like regular YouTubers.
We're influencers, bro.
Just like regular influencers.
But we are not going to skip on the Sunday service.
No, we're not going to skip on the Sunday service because we have some big news. And one of the biggest stories...
Well, wait a second. Like big news from the Cowboys or big news from us?
I mean... Well, we'll get to our big news.
We have big news?
No, but the way you said it sounded like we're about to get
playing
some
along.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I was like, do we actually have big news?
Well, that's what
Dallas Cowboys news, and it's not even actually news yet. Alex and I were actually talking about it. It's more of a little baiting, not masturbating, a little fish baiting by Jerry the Great Jones, who does this all the time. Jerry Jones always does this stuff, and just before a player gets signed to a big extension or there's going to be contract talks, you always hear about an extension about to happen.
Yeah,
right?
It gets leaked by...
So the guy we're talking about is there was a lot of news this week about CeeDee Lamb finally getting that contract extension. And obviously it didn't happen this week, but does it happen before training camp, you guys think? Does it happen before the season? Does it happen midway through the season?
Well,
what do you guys expect?
I think just to go back to your opening comments, that's what kind of... I don't know. It's a chicken or egg scenario. And I mean, Jerry's playing both sides. So which side let slip that this signing almost happened? And is that a play to kind of force the other's hand to be like, okay, let's just get this done now?
It's best for both parties.
Best for both parties.
There's been a few people. I posted it on the IG. Shout out to @CowboysCanFan on Instagram. If you haven't checked it out, check that shit out. But I did post earlier saying that CeeDee Lamb was about to be hella rich. And some people in the comments commented that they should get the deal done prior to Jefferson getting paid in Minnesota.
Oh,
which is huge. I mean, why not? Jefferson, at this point, I would say might be a little bit better than CeeDee. So why wouldn't you want to get CeeDee paid before Justin Jefferson gets paid $32 or $33 million a year? And then you pretty much have to match CeeDee at that because you don't want him to be disgruntled.
Yeah, or do they go... Yeah, because they're not going to say, well, you're just a little bit under Double J.
But do you want to say that? You'd rather pay him first. Pay him first.
No, I know.
Pay him first and then let the Vikings pay Jefferson more. Set the value at the wide receiver position using CeeDee Lamb. Send him, I don't know, high 20s, and because he's gonna make money.
Who's the highest paid?
Well, we're gonna get into
wide
that.
Receiver right now.
We do have that up. We will get into that. Alex has over the cap. We have the top contracts for wide receivers in the NFL right now. But this article that we have up by Chris Halling on June 30th is saying, analyzing the value of a potential CeeDee Lamb contract extension with the Cowboys. Taking a look at a potential contract extension for wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who's expecting a second contract with the Cowboys in the near future.
I mean, it's kind of interesting because we know it's all coming, so I don't know if this was just a collaboration of people looking for some news in the desert of the season here to try to just get some.
Just finding some water. They're just trying to find water. Where the fuck is that?
Is that Oasis?
Wait, is that Oasis? Find me a goddamn cactus so I could rip it open and drink it. Can you actually just go back up to CeeDee's picture? What do you guys think about these masks? I feel like I wouldn't be able to play with that on.
Yeah, are they wearing that when it's cold? When it's got to colder?
That's got to be in December.
I think you could see his nose is exposed, so they're already very good at nose breathing and breathing in through their nose. So I don't think
is that what those masks are when they're training with those?
the ventilation masks. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
what is that?
It's just to try to see what your oxygen, how much air you need to take in.
Okay.
When you're running.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is these guys have such professional breathing systems when they're working out, like they've been trained to breathe the proper way.
Yeah, because any type
Not
of,
like me.
Yeah. Well, any type of athlete at a professional level, or even if you're in high school, like track and field.
I can't wait to go to hike school.
I can't wait to go to hike school, Billy.
Hike.
They teach you to breathe in through your nose and not to be breathing like every single kind of
In
step.
through your butt, out through your mouth. That's what
In
they
through
say.
your butt, out through your mouth. Yeah.
I think actually too the inside of that is leather, so you can't even breathe out of your mouth.
So do you think he's like a gimp right now? He's like the
Yes.
Pulp Fiction gimp. It's the apple or
It's the
whatever,
apple in
the
the mouth,
rubber apple.
No, I mean I don't know. They must be fine, but I think they kind of look cool. They're like they're like the helmet you would put on underneath the your helmet as a knight, and then
Right.
put the heavy metal.
I feel at this point though, just go full balaclava.
yeah.
Like just have the nose out and then you do the robber face.
Do the rubber, do the Wild West. I'm fine with it.
I mean, if anything, we should be talking about how difficult the Knights had it when they were fighting people back in the day and being barely able to see through those little like
The
eye
Knights,
slits.
I feel, and this is getting off topic. Could be a whole history podcast. I feel bad for the Squires. The Knight Squires had to pull down the Knights' pants so that they could shit, and they'd have to hold a bucket for their Knights. Well, the Knights shit in a bucket.
It's not a good living, but my family comes from a lineage of
squires?
and we did our job good.
They
Okay.
were
The Johnsons. Johnson, get over here after shit.
Yeah. Well, that's John. That's why I wear the Johns,
You're the John son.
like the toilet Johns. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Zagama. Okay, so
Coming off his strongest season of his career in 2022, star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is in line for a contract extension, like we're talking about with the Dallas Cowboys. While he is currently still serving his rookie contract with the team, the organization did pick up his fifth-year option back in April, keeping him in Dallas at least through the 2024 season. In 2023, Lamb is expected to count just $4.45 million on the team's cap. That is a fucking amazing deal, by the way, guys. While having a $2.52 million base salary, if Lamb plays on his fifth-year option in 2024, the wide receiver will count $17.99 million on the cap. So it's actually it's probably friendlier if they do, just by looking at these numbers, if they do get a longer-term solution for him. He might cost more. Like he's going to make more money than 17.99, but they'll probably have a way to figure it out that his cap hit wouldn't be as bad in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
If they extend him right now.
So how I would do it, I would assume, is a one way anyway. You get the max years that you can out of them. Then you might add 5 million, 10 million signing bonus this year that can be written off, whatever, right? Next year, he might actually go up a little bit, but you have a year to kind of plan. So maybe he goes from 18 to 22, 25, and then you're on your 230 or 35 millions, whatever the fuck they're going to turn out to be. But, like I think you would still get away with lesser in these next 2 years.
Yep.
I don't know. Does that make
No, it makes sense. It definitely does. And Executive Vice President Stephen Jones expressed the desire to reach a contract offer with Lamb in April on a segment on 105.3 The Fan, saying,
Steven?
We've historically signed a lot of guys during the training camp period to extensions, but guys like CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs are certainly on our radar in terms of guys that we'd love to have around here for another 5-6 years, whatever that turns out to be. My Stephen Jones is more like the Beetlejuice Michael Keaton.
that was totally Beetlejuice. It wasn't Batson. It wasn't Keaton as Batman. It was Keaton as.
Well, Michael Keaton as Batman, kind of. I'm Batman.
What about Christian Bale?
I'm Batman. If I was Christian Bale, it'd be like, we've historically signed a lot of guys during the training camp.
Would you just look at it?
So the Athletics' John Machota is projecting the Cowboys to offer Lamb a contract within the range of 25 to 30 million per season. While this is simply a projection and not a report, it is interesting to consider the value that the Cowboys should be investing into their star wide receiver.
Okay, so now here we get into your top paid.
Oh, this is even in this article.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But
spicy.
we can look at specific players after too if we kind of want to see.
Clink 'em if you mix.
Clink 'em.
Clink them if you drink them.
Clink 'em if you drink 'em.
Drink them if you clink them.
So the top 10 highest paid receivers all make at least 20 million per season.
Shit.
The top 5 average at least 24, And Tyreek Hill is the highest paid at $30 million over 4 years.
Damn, son, that is a lot of cheddar, man.
So here's where we're looking at these contracts. I'll just go through the top 5.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill, an average of 30 mil. Devontae Adams, an average of 28 mil. Cooper Kupp, an average of 26.7 mil. AJ Brown, an average of 25 mil. And Stephon Diggs, an average of 24 million.
So what do you guys, I mean, obviously, ideally, we pay CD somewhere, we pay him 24 mil, but I don't see that happening. I see him cracking top 3 at least.
Yeah, well, it is true. But you got to think that that is the average contract too. Yeah. I was just going to say CD's 24 years old, 23, 24.
Yeah, 24. We'll say 24.
Oh, he's going to,
25.
At some point this year, he's 24, whether it's already is or he will be. But Hill, Adams, and Kupp, they're all in their 28th, 29th year.
Yeah.
Their birth year, not playing in the NFL, of course. And so, of those 3 guys, does CeeDee Lamb eclipse any of them? I think he pushes Kupp.
Oh, yeah. And this is the thing, as the salary cap extends, you're going to be able to allot more money to certain positions. So every year, the guys that are up for their signing, they're going to end up being the top.
That's very true.
2 to 3 to 4th guy at their position. So, yeah, you could argue that CeeDee Lamb might not be as good as Devontae Adams, but you still need a 1 receiver on your team. CD's put production like a 1 receiver, so he's going to get paid like one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do pay CeeDee Lamb $28 million, surpassing Cooper Kupp, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, and DK Metcalf.
Well, and if he goes out there and has a season we all believe that the man is going to have, now you're playing off of his contract in whatever 2025, his 5th year, which is $18 million.
Yep.
Plus, he's had 2 back-to-back number 1 seasons or top 3, top 5 NFL seasons. I mean, that just puts it to the max level of that.
Well, yeah, the last thing you want is to not get this extension done, and CeeDee Lamb goes out there for 1,600 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then
we want it.
We want it, but I'd rather him do that
under contract,
getting paid. Paid as maybe not. This is the thing. If we pay, CeeDee Lamb, you have to pay. If you want a good receiver, and he's put it out on tape. He's an 88. He's worth the money. I still think try to get it done before season.
If you look at the age, if we go back to the age, DK Metcalf is 24 and he signed for $24 million. So CeeDee Lamb is definitely going to be in the 28 mil range.
Oh yeah,
because as the years go on, the minimum kind of goes up. So
like Ant said, that let's say there's probably about a 20 million increase in cap each year. Well, take 5 million of that and just automatically give it to.
Well, you basically play it as that wide receiver is going to be 12% of your total cap. Yeah. So now out of that 20 million, 12% of that 20 million, which is roughly I think 5 million.
And then it's just of your total cap too. So you plan for that. You know the money's coming. It makes a lot of sense. I'm actually pretty surprised. Well, not really surprised. DK Metcalf, I think he's a good wide receiver, and you had to pay the guy. I just don't know if he's. I think Lamb is ahead of him on a tier level.
I would rather have CeeDee Lamb, and I know people might say
he's a specimen.
Yeah, Metcalf's a specimen. The Cowboys don't really have that guy, but I like. Well, out of this list here, you got your kind of finesse guys like Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, and who's the very bottom there? And Terry McLaurin. But then you have your beefcakes like Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, and Devontae Adams, and AJ Brown, right? It's funny to see how there's the 2 different types of wide receivers on this list. The speedy route guys or just the absolute freak of nature beast mode dudes.
I got a cue for chat. Of these wide receivers, and if there's someone not on this list, shout it out too, and we'll also share our thoughts.
Shout it out loud.
Is that a goat?
Yeah. Which wide receiver is CeeDee Lamb most comparable to in his game? Is it Tyreek Hill? Is it Adams? Is it Kupp? Is it Brown? Is it Metcalf? Is it Samuel? Is it McLaurin?
That's a tough one because a lot of these guys are, I'm going to say Kupp. I feel like Kupp plays a lot in the slot.
True.
And he's a very good route runner. And I guess Tyreek Hill's in the slot too, but Tyreek Hill's just on another level.
Yeah,
Like, there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
one. I don't think there's another receiver in the NFL that's like Tyreek Hill.
No.
But I'd say Cooper Kupp and CeeDee Lamb's games are very similar.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I would say. I don't know. Maybe I would compare Diggs and. I
could see Diggs.
and Lamb a little bit.
Diggs,
closer.
a little bit more like their size. I mean, Diggs, I feel like is a little bit better on the outside, but CeeDee Lamb hasn't really played on the outside, so it's tough to say. All I know is we're gonna pay the guy, and I'm excited to see what he can do with a number 1 or number 2 in Brandon Cooks out wide of him, because now you're not double teaming CeeDee Lamb.
Our boy EJ Savage says Hopkins and Adams mixed is a CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Hopkins and Adams mixed.
I'm surprised Hopkins isn't on this list. I thought Hopkins, and I thought his contract was up there, but it must be lower than Terry's. What I do
Signed a couple years ago, obviously.
Yeah, what is interesting too is to see their guaranteed money, which is the furthest column, just to see how much, because that's another one that players really like.
Yeah.
Like Tyreek Hill, 52 mil guaranteed at signing,
Adams only 22 million.
22, and then Stephon Diggs again 47. Jeepers, that is a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough.
But like, if you're like set on at least having him for those 2 seasons, just covers it. Like,
Gone are the days of paying running backs. It's now you're paying a stud wide receiver.
yeah,
That's the new era. You're paying. You want to pay. You used to have like your guys like Megatron, and I'm trying to think of some other guys that
dominant. I mean, fucking.
you had your few wide receivers, right? That a couple top paid guys.
Owens had a slew of seasons.
And now
Terrell Owens,
and
right?
look how much. Look, there's 8 of these guys that are all making north of $22 million a season. That's bonkers. You got to do it.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the NFL game.
Well, let's guess. What are you guys paying CD? Like, what
Careful,
are you?
though. It's spicy.
What's a comfortable number that you're throwing at?
Average?
Yeah, we'll do average.
You know what? I think he is going to be. This is just. I think he's going to be an over average of 30 million.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I do. I think they're going to go
Crazy.
Not well. Jerry,
You have to. I mean,
and
you have to.
Jerry likes that.
Yep.
Right?
yeah.
Like, obviously, he doesn't want to spend, but he also likes to be like, we're paying our boys the best.
You drafted him. You gave him 88.
Yeah, that's
Now
the other.
it's time to pay him. He did his part. Now it's time to pay him.
The
Piper.
The thought is that if you're looking at the list and you know that Justin Jefferson's, I mean,
coming.
they already have a pulse on like what
Pulsing, baby.
they're pulsing. They already have a pulse on like what the contract.
Say it one more time.
They're pulsing. they know what the contract renegotiations are going to look like for a lot of the players. So I think they're going to kind of go right in line. It'll be pushing 30. It'll be 28 minimum, 30 probably where it's going to land, so that it puts them up there tied as the highest. Because Justin Jefferson's going to come in at like 32 to 35 million, I think, a year.
Yep. And then you look like, so say you pay CD 30 and then Jefferson gets paid 34 and CD outproduces him. Now you look like fucking geniuses.
Yep.
So get it done. We've messed up. The Cowboys front office has been very good at drafting, but these contract extensions, they've kind of fucked up a couple times. So I'd like to see them get it done.
Yeah, just as you were saying that, EJ Savage is saying the Cowboys better sign CD before the Jefferson and Chase deals come through.
Oh yeah, Jamar Chase. There's another guy who's going to break the bank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get it done.
Yeah, because, I mean, the truth is, the reality is, his next contract is going to be with the Dallas Cowboys, barring a complete fallout for whatever reason, right? Like, the waiting is fine, but you're going to sign him anyways.
Just get it done.
Just fucking get the deal done, okay, baby?
Hey, the goddamn Viper.
That's the soundbite we got to get right there, AJ.
Yeah.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Shall we look at what Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator Vanilla Pudding Kellen Moore had to say about our boy Dakota Prezi?
Yeah, let's check it out. Actually, I watched the video on it today. Kellen Moore's a weird looking dude in a reel. His face is just
He looks like a child, like a man child. Mm-hmm. Kind of got that man child vibe. But anyways, ex-Cowboys OC Kellen Moore calls this Dallas player the best leader he's ever been around. Well, I kind of already spoiled that, but I guess it's.
he's talking about Pollard, isn't he? Okay, here's the video. Let's just play it. Let's
Yeah.
watch it. Let's watch it.
Player and as a man, your experience with Dak Prescott, what would you want listeners to know?
The best person. I think the best leader I've ever been around, easily. And in all honesty, player or coach or anything. I think his ability to connect with a team in all spectrums is rare, and I've never seen it in any other way. His work ethic, his command, I think he's incredible. And so I know, we've all been through that Dallas journey, and he has a phenomenal way of being able to deal with probably more than your average NFL starting quarterback, and he handles it beautifully. And he's certainly a guy you forever root for.
Okay.
Some nice words from
Very nice.
Kellen Moore.
It also Kellen Moore looks like he has like one of those flat buzz cuts there. He looks kind of like a Favre off of Super Troopers.
Your average NFL starting quarterback.
Oh, that one sounds better.
He handles it beautifully, and he's certainly a guy you forever root for.
He does look. He's got a
Cola?
math teacher vibe.
Leader Cola. I'll call the guy chicken fucker. Far of a doubt. Hey, some nice words from your ex-OC. Obviously, there's no bad blood from Kellen Moore towards Dak Prescott. And that little video was from Peter Schrager from NFL. I believe he's on Good Morning NFL.
Good Morning Football.
P.S. Schrags.
I don't mind him, honestly, Schrager.
No, you know what?
Honest.
Here's the thing about Peter Schrager. This was years ago, maybe like when I first saw him on TV. So I don't know if he was already a bigger personality, but he was the new guy to me. And I just didn't like his look. He doesn't have a sports guy look to me. However,
You wanted to shove him in a locker.
I wanted to shove him in a locker, and I was the one that would have been shoved in a locker, but I felt like
he gets shoved in a locker and Alex is already in there waiting for him.
Hey, Schrags.
oh, not you. But yeah, just something about his, and it's a book by its cover type of critique, but I didn't like his face. Now, after years of listening to the guy, following him, and really liking what he does, and I really love his analysis. Actually, it's one of the less annoying analysis.
Yeah, he's real. He's
real.
not over. He doesn't over dramatize stuff.
No.
The one guy that actually, speaking of Good Morning Football, the one guy that I don't really like is the dude that looks like he would be your jock's high school guy. I can't think of his name right now, but
He's the guy who listens to all the heavy metal stuff.
Yeah.
He does Thor's Hammer.
he drives me nuts. That guy drives me nuts.
What is it? Good morning.
Good Morning Football.
Give us the host on all the hosts on Good Morning Football.
I want to.
There's McCourty. There's Schrager.
It's not her.
It's not her. Yeah, I hate the chick that's on it.
You can't say you hate the Kyle. It's Kyle. Kyle Brandt.
He's just a little too much for me. Kyle Brandt.
There he is. Yeah, Kyle Brandt.
I said it. I said it.
You said it.
Yeah, I said it. So you don't see very many articles of people that actually play in the NFL, rarely anyways, that are bashing Dak Prescott, which I find it funny. So people call him this great leader and this great player and a great... Hey, yo! A-Dog's in the house. This great teammate. And then fans just love to slag the shit out of him, right?
Yeah.
So I always like to take the opinion from people that are actually in the locker room other than at Cowboys fan 6261 telling me that Trash God is trash.
Yep.
And
Sorry, go ahead. Nope. I was gonna say the only thing that was suspect on that video that we showed when it was showing like the highlight of Kellen and Dak is when Kellen like jumped up at Dak and you could see Dak was like pushing Kellen's hips away. It was like Dak's used to Kellen like crotch jumping in front of him.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that I felt very suspect about.
He's a big crotch jumper. Crack him if you got him.
Crack me if you got him, son.
But there was, speaking of players, okay, there's this one article.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to bring up, just going to pop it over here. Plax.
Plexico Burress.
Now,
He's a fucking giant.
well, and keep in mind this guy shot himself in the leg.
I mean, how are you going to take how much? Yeah, we'll roll the clip.
You put him on.
He'd be viewed
He's still
differently.
Dak Prescott.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But he gets a little extra bump because he's on the Cowboys.
He's on the Cowboys.
Right?
I believe he's reached his ceiling as a quarterback.
You do?
With the Dallas Cowboys.
Do you think the Dallas Cowboys can win with Dak Prescott?
They can win, but they won't win a championship.
Ooh, damn.
Put that out there. Hot take Jones right there.
So here's what I don't get. He said Dak Prescott has reached his ceiling with the Cowboys. So is he meaning like, oh, but if Dak went somewhere else, he would accelerate?
Maybe, because then it doesn't seem like it's as bad of a dig. But also in this video, there was a little bit longer one.
Okay.
Saying that the Cowboys are good enough to win, just not with Prescott. So I think
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of
That's his
a
aim.
little bit of a slag at Dak. What I don't like about this is they're saying he's hit his ceiling. Yeah, maybe he did hit his ceiling in 2021 when he threw 37 fucking touchdowns and 11 interceptions. If that's his ceiling and he can hit that again,
Yeah.
you're more than capable of winning a Super Bowl with a guy that can put up those numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And-
it's just funny how polarizing Dak is, right?
Yeah, and again, this is a opponent of Dak. So I mean, like he's gonna.
Sorry, Adam's like that. Adam's like your mom when you were like 14 trying to sleep in on summer break and there's just clinking or
Yeah. Opening the windows, let the sun in,
vacuuming right outside your door.
bumping the door. But yeah, no, but I trust Kellen more. But I mean, of course, Moore is a professional. He's going to. Moore is a professional who's in the NFL who doesn't want to slag his players. Even if he didn't think that way, he's going to speak the best about them. Plax is
Shot himself in the leg.
Shot himself in the leg. Crack him if you got him. Talking on a show, trying to get some
Clicks.
Some clicks.
Get them clicks. And he shot himself in the leg. I know he said that, but come on. You shot yourself in the fucking leg, dude.
Come on, dude. Come on, man.
And it worked. People are talking about it. I saw this clickbait headline on a lot of articles, and now we're sitting here talking about it. Crack me if you
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? It just
Success.
tied in nicely with this that exactly what you said, the polarizing view of Mr. Dak Prescott.
And he's not any more polarizing to the Cowboys fans because you'll either get, and I can't wait to go to trash camp. I can't wait to go to training camp and go around and ask Cowboys fans. I want to get to the end of this. Like, is this an actual thing where it's a 50-50 split about people hating Dak? We got to, like AJ said in one of our vlogs, we're going to get our boots on the ground. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to figure out once and for all if Cowboys Nation loves or hates Dak Prescott.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Well, one tweet here, this to derail the Dak Prescott chat. It's just something that's kind of fun. And now with our limited amount of tweets we can do,
Yeah, what's up with that? Is that real?
it is
So how's that work? You can only scroll 300 tweets?
600, and now they're upping it to 800.
So if I'm sitting there on Twitter, on the
Scroll and
CanFan
you'll
Twitter,
get a limit thing.
at Cowboys CanFan on Twitter for anyone listening. So if I'm scrolling down that and I hit 600, that's it.
Yeah, apparently.
That does, I feel like that wouldn't take long to do.
It probably wouldn't. Yeah, you're not. But that's why they're upping it now to 800 because they probably got some pushback. I mean,
It's like you're pushing people away from your platform a little bit.
Well,
doing
we
that.
just want to, we don't want people to doom scroll. We just want them to.
What's doom scroll?
I have no idea. I just heard someone say doom scrolling before. So I,
AJ, do you doom scroll on Twitter?
yeah. I play Doom, and
Scroll Twitter?
Scroll Twitter.
how is that first taste?
Good.
It's like a mix. It's watermelon vodka mixed with grapefruit bubbly, mixed with pineapple bubbly, mixed with blackberry mountain bubbly.
Okay. He's like a goddamn chemist over there.
That's what.
Is that
you're
Walter
hearing
White over
tonight.
there?
Yeah.
But here's one of our 600 allowable viewed tweets.
We've talked with Mark D before.
Yeah, I like Mark D's tweets. They've got. I mean, I hate to say it, boys, but we're becoming more analysts than we'd like to think. Like, we like the stats. We want to see that.
Someone make a dick joke real quick. Make a dick joke.
Come on, anal leakage.
Balls.
Boner?
Nice, dude.
Good one. Nailed it.
But yeah, I love his. I like that he always adds a little bit of context to.
Did he quote us there? Is that what he said?
No. He's not. No. This of course is not necessarily an opinion piece, but when he does have an opinion, it's coming with something good. So, but this tweet's really good because the CBS Sports ranks cornerback Trevon Diggs and linebacker Michael Parsons as the NFL's best defensive duo.
I like it.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Diggs is Robin to Micah's Batman, right?
Absolutely. Oh, of course.
I guess it's got to be, right?
Yeah. And
Micah Thanos Parsons. Haven't heard that one.
I don't get this. Trevon Alpha 7 Diggs. I guess that's the nickname, Alpha 7.
I guess, yeah.
I could get it. Has more interception 17 in his first 35 games than any other player in NFL history.
It sounds like that's going to be his pre-workout that he's releasing.
Alpha 7.
Alpha 7.
get your Alpha 7. And it's just
Intercept the gym.
Aiden Diggs. My dad plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
All because of Alpha 7.
That is interesting, though. 17 in his first 35 career games. The fastest player over the last 40 years to get 17 interceptions.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've broken down Micah Thanos Parsons, a.k.a. the linebacker.
I'm not a fan of Mark D's names. I'll just say that, but that's okay.
No, but you got to try him, right?
Yeah.
26 and a half sacks in 33 games. 106 solo tackles, 43 assists, 6 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 1 touchdown.
I need his goddamn pressures and I need his goddamn TFLs. Come on,
Yeah.
Marky D.
Yeah, QB, we need QB pressures and we need TFLs because those are important stats.
We're TFL boys.
We are TFL boys.
Who else would be in the competition, do you think?
For best duo?
Best duo.
That's not
Fred
in the,
War-
not in the same, but that's not in the same positioning. Like
I would say
positioning.
Fred Warner and Nick Bosa for San Fran. Linebacker
yeah.
and defensive end.
Pretty
You're
deadly.
just saying that because Nate Dogg's on here and he said if we want brisket after the show, let him know.
But
That's why you're saying that.
But
aren't you?
Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, I think that's a really good duo.
Yeah, that is.
To be TBH.
I just wonder if it's the what puts Diggs and Parsons over the edges. Parsons' ability to play both those positions, and then Diggs holding down the secondary.
Well, and it helps because with Diggs and Parsons, you're getting best of both worlds, right? Like you said, you're getting the TFLs, you're getting the sacks, but you're also getting the turnovers. Where Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, you're basically getting the sacks and the tackles.
Yeah.
Turnovers are an intricate part of this game, my friend. You need to take the ball away, okay?
Hindsight's 2020, my friend.
Hindsight's 2020, okay?
Well, we did some kind of planning this week, a little preliminary planning.
Is this some behind baseball here?
Some behind baseball, but it's also on the docket.
It is.
The training camp schedule was announced,
I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
I just get a message from Boots on the Ground, Eric. It's out. when are you guys go and let me know? So I got the news dropped from Boots. Boots dropped I got the little messenger notification on my phone about training camp schedule dropped, which is because we've been waiting for this. We've been talking about it. So we are going down to training camp. We've decided. And we didn't want to decide until we had seen the schedule, and the schedule just got dropped.
Yeah,
and this is Boots to you.
Don't look to the sides, look straight up, because I'm right on top of you, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Look, it's sponsored by American Airlines, bros. I wonder if we just reach out to him and say, hey, sponsor our trip.
Sponsor our trip,
Couple
bros.
Canadian dudes trying to get down to Oxnard,
Yeah.
California to
How
watch
about-
some Cowboys.
How's this for diversity? International.
International. Okay,
You guys are 3 white males.
I'll say one word. International.
Well, we'll say this. Look, I mean, hey,
International.
you guys wouldn't know it because
Overseas.
we have such a smaller following online, but we're huge in traditional media up in Canada.
Who's even
really?
who's even heard of American Airlines?
No, I was gonna say you play the angle that you're a big personality out in Canada.
Yeah, no.
Like,
The trick is that we're the Canadian ambassadors for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
You just got to drop a bunch and have maple syrup with you at
Hey
all time.
there, boys. You guys looking to get some Canadians down there at the Oxnard training camp, eh?
Fuck off, you hoser.
What do you mean our Canadian press passes don't work down
It's just-
here?
It's just a maple leaf.
Is that maple leaf
Yeah.
with our picture?
Yeah, up in Canada here, we're big Cowboy fans, eh?
Yeah, there's my picture and there's my maple leaf. I can get it in there.
Yeah, these guys sound slow and stupid. They're definitely Canadian. Let them in.
Let them in. July 26th to August 15th, but the dates we are planning are August 4th to the 8th. So there are 3 practices in that time. Let me just scroll down to get those actual dates. There's 3 practices throughout that time. August 5th on a Saturday or training. Yeah, open practice. August 7th and August 8th.
And Heroes Appreciation Day, which I'm jacked up to see. Honor the American military, I imagine. That'll be cool. I'm excited for that. I can't wait to have a Miller Lite and a hot dog. That's going to be amazing. I'm super excited for training camp. I've always wanted to go down to Oxnard and go to training camp. It's going to be really sweet to go down there, get some content, meet a bunch of other Cowboys fans, and see the team in the early stages, right? Like, it'll be stuff it's hard to find training camp footage, and those initial practices, like in the first or second week of training camp, are just so key. So I'm excited for that.
Now, the other exciting thing is that we're there midway through, and then a week and a bit later we're at the Seattle Dallas game, so we get to see our practice boys become preseason boys.
Yep.
To then possibly become roster boys.
Lots of time to get some pet cats for us guys. We're gonna see players that we like. We're gonna see them live.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna build. We're gonna dig some roots into some players. We're gonna root them.
Oh, and imagine if we actually get someone to sign something, then it's like they'll win my heart over.
Oh yeah, the first Cowboy that shakes our hand.
The first one that makes eye contact with me.
Yeah.
I love him. Here's what I like about the dates that we're going. Is we got the Jacksonville kickoff on the 12th. Well, we have basically the third, fourth, and fifth practice, or second, third, and fourth practice out.
Yep.
So leading up, I think on the 7th and 8th, because then 4 days later they're going to go play. We're going to see some good stuff during those days.
Oh, guaranteed out of those 3 practices, there's going to be I'm hoping 2 practices in pads. That's what we want to see, because no, they don't go out there to kill each other, but there's still contact. I want to see CeeDee Lamb out there against Trevon Diggs in pads.
Oh yeah,
That's what I want to see.
I'm actually, honestly, the players I'm interested in keeping an eye on. Obviously, I want to check out Bland live and in action. Not so Bland, but the players who I'm looking to see how they do. Junior Fioco is one of them. That cornerback,
Eric Scott Jr.
Yeah, because he's been getting a lot of high praise.
Some praise, yeah.
And also, of course, Scooney. Want to make sure we like what we see.
Some Scoons.
I'm the only guy who ever brings up the fact that I want to see what my boy Hunter Lepke is going to do.
I'm excited for Hunter. There's so many players on the roster right now that we're going to see with those 3 practices and the Seattle game. We're going to see a bunch of stuff unwind, and it's really exciting compared to where we were 2 seasons ago when we had started the podcast in preseason. Right? Like you can see next year we're going to be like as the water boys, just so that we can get inside scoops. That's our arc. The only other thing stopping us is from getting some sort of inside access.
No, it's not the water boys. It's getting next year we're getting media passes.
Yeah, media passes would be sweet.
And then the next year after we're getting invited to
Jerry
player
Jones
parties.
is sweet.
Yeah, Double J is sweet.
The only issue is as soon as Jerry Jones puts anybody to backtrack any of our episodes, we're done for.
Well, but I think that's why YouTube demonetized us, because it's forcing us to go back through, delete some stuff so that we clean up all of our Jerryisms.
How you guys feeling in week 3 of demonetization? Pretty good. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I don't give a
Fuck you, YouTube.
I've moved on. I've recovered.
Yeah, I just want to get that out there. Fuck you, YouTube.
I want to say this to all the fans out there. It's not about the money, yo. It's about you guys, the fans. So whether or not we're monetized or not, I don't give a...
Can fan maniacs?
Yeah, we want all you fan maniacs out there. Crack them if you got them on a Sunday service.
Remember I said about halfway through, Ad starts feeling those triple drinks? Triple drinks!
Triple drinks, baby. Make it a quad pour.
Sunday service, the only time Adam gets out, I don't even know. More impaired than AJ.
I know, and I'm trying with these vapes. Hey, there is an interesting...
He feels off. The balance is off right now.
There's an interesting article that just came out about 5 hours ago.
Hot off the press.
LP Cruise.
LP Cruise Train?
It's Adam can see, so I don't want to. So here's the hints for you on who this is about. It's a player. It's a running back that LP Cruise says the Cowboys should trade for, and Adam has this guy in his fantasy football team.
Derrick Henry? No. Oh, Cordero Patterson.
Boosh.
I don't know, guys. Would you want to?
Well, let's see what he has to say. He says the Cowboys could solve the backup running back issue and other problems with this trade.
How old is he? I need to know his age.
34, I think.
He's not that fucking old, is he?
No, I think he's like 30.
He's got to be
30 to 32 or something like that.
That's the only scary thing. If you could trade for him and get him on the roster, shoring up the running back room is definitely a possibility.
But he's 32.
He's 32. I don't know if I want to be trading. And if we are trading for him, it's got to be like a 6th.
What? You're not going to trade Rojo for him?
I don't think they would take Rojo for him.
I mean, look, you could always luck out, and Patterson might be his own rendition of Frank Gore and just fucking play until...
Just keep trucking?
Yeah, until, I mean, the wheels didn't even fall off. But that's just such a huge risk and not a probability.
It's got to be for something very cheap. It has to be for something very cheap or very low or high round pick.
Yeah, or just for Atlanta wanted to crack them if you got them.
Got to get to ads level here.
Yeah, so the team uses the trade route to land Brandon Cooks and cornerback Stephon Gilmore. They also had a solid draft to fortify their defensive interior and added more speed to one of the fastest defenses in the NFL. All in all, good building blocks en route to a pivotal 2023 season, yet something feels incomplete. And our fucking backfield.
It does feel incomplete.
Well,
but most people don't see it. Most people don't see that.
I know.
It drives me it drives me nuts. And we did say last Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever fucking day we went the main event on, we did say that we felt like our offense was going to be elite. But I'm basing all of that off of Tony Pollard being how he was last year. That could tumble. We don't. There is a little bit of uncertainty. Tony Pollard has never played without Zeke Elliott back there. Tony Pollard has never had an extensive injury. Those are two huge question marks going into the season. I need to see week 1 against the Giants, those fucking giant bastards on Sunday Night Football. I need to see TP20 bust one before I feel completely confident with the running back room.
Yeah, Ultra Cowboys saying Cowboys are not investing anything into the RB position. They are set. They will only sign a kicker from the USFL before training camp.
So Ultra Cowboys saying the running back room is set is making me scared.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. But
Chiefs won a Super Bowl with a 7th round running back.
Yeah, but the 7th round running back produced. That's the only thing I'm saying. He wasn't unknown until the very end of the year. They 100% did, and all the power to them. It's still an unknown for us. They still had other options. They had Ronald Jones last year.
Yeah,
right, and that's who we brought in to solve our Zeke problem. Ronald Jones, who the fucking Chiefs decided to use a 7th round running back instead of Ronald Jones.
And the Cowboys are looking for that luck to get our 6th round running back to take us to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And hey, there's going to be a spot. There's going to be a spot for Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn's making this team. Alex is going to have to buy a Vaughn jersey because he's making the team, but he's not going to be a key contributor as far as getting 20 to 30% of the snaps.
Who's that?
Rojo?
That's Malik Day. I was joking.
Is that Davis?
Yeah, that's Malik Davis, baby.
But you said it right the first time.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you said Malik Davis, and then you said, I'm just joking. Then you said Malik.
I honestly don't know how to say his name.
You faked yourself out.
Because it should be Malik.
It should. Okay, so if
just reading it, that's what I'm saying. My brain doesn't work.
And Malik's looking at him, he's like, it should be what?
It's Malik.
It's Malik.
Motherfucker.
Malik.
No, but
Malik these balls, bitch, is what he's thinking about saying to AJ.
Malik these balls.
And you're 100% right to be concerned. I am too. Small sample size, but we do have a 4.2 average yards per rushing out of this.
I like
man.
Crash Davis. I would love to see Crash Davis succeed. I didn't know that was him. I didn't know that was Crash Davis.
I think this is one of his older pictures, his newer ones.
Looks like he's from college there. That looks like a college pick.
It is the newer one. Let me pull up a newer one.
Let's get a newer pick of Malik Davis.
I like this dude, man. I think that he has the ability to help solve what the fuck we're needing there. I don't know, but I don't know that it's not good enough, quite frankly, for me to be comfortable with the backfield that we have right now. But I'm just saying, an argument in my head to make me feel okay about it is like, okay, well, Davis is there. We got Crash. Sure, we lost, I don't even know if it was Splash or Dash. No, we lost Splash. Now we just got Dash and Crash.
So, yep. I thought you were going to say Rash. We only got Rash.
Now we got Rash.
The thing with Davis, I'm more inclined to see, I would rather see him get more carries than us trade for Patterson.
Yes. Oh, comparably? Yeah. Because I think that he has what it takes, my man.
Same.
I like him. Now, I'll eat my fucking words, but I won't buy a jersey because I've already signed up for one of those if he doesn't. Yeah. But, yeah, look, it is a little bit scary to think that.
And the best part is we're going to see it play out, this running back room.
I know. If they don't do anything, then there is a good chance that fucking Deuce Vaughn makes the team. But here's what I've already said. I said he needs to make it as a running back.
Oh, he will.
Not like...
Deuce Vaughn's going to make the team as a running back. He is. Deuce Vaughn is going to... He's Tony Pollard's he's most likely like Tony Pollard. He can be he'll be a running back, but he can play in the slot. He'll be on the team.
He's too small.
He's small. We still don't know if he's going to hold up.
Ultra Cowboy, here we go. Didn't I say Cowboys wouldn't win anything with Dak, but you guys still believe in him? I have it in my reminder list, Groundhog Day, when you guys cry when Dak chokes again. As long as Dak is the QB, they will never win anything.
Ultra, why are you coming with the shade, bro? Why are you coming with the shade? We have no choice.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
My thing with, and going back to the Dak Prescott thing, I do think Dak's good enough to win a Super Bowl, but I'm not going to take all my energy saying get rid of Dak because that is not happening. He is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in 2023. If they peter out and they fuck up again, yes, it's time to draft someone else. I honestly think even if he has a shitty year this year or loses in the early round of the postseason, he will still be the quarterback next year, but they should definitely try to address the position.
This loser?
Yeah, and the realistic, like, what are the realistic options even next year, let's say? So Dak is no longer going to be the Cowboys QB. So you can draft someone, but that's going to be a big risk anyways. What's the hit rate on first round draft QBs?
Well, you're going to do what you did with Romo. You're going to draft someone later that you really like.
Yeah.
Like add love DTR. Like a DTR pick would have been sweet in this situation because you have a guy that might not be polished at the time. When the Cowboys drafted Dak, people forget Dak was a 4th round pick. And in that draft class, he's the only quarterback that's still on the same team that drafted him. They're going to have to do what they did with Tony Romo and just take a flyer on a guy maybe later in the rounds because Dak will be the quarterback for the next few years for the Dallas Cowboys.
I agree.
Without doubt in my mind. He would have to have a colossal, absolute fuck up of a season. They still made the postseason. They still made the divisional round last year. They would have to go with him starting every game. They'd have to go like, I don't know, 6-11 or something for them to think about going a different route. They might draft someone next season, but to completely not have Dak be the quarterback in 2024, something fucking crazy would have to happen.
Scared money don't make money. Go draft a QB, move up, says Ultra Cowboy, and Dak is on notice. And then he also.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
He should be on notice.
And then he also says Malik Davis is running back number 2.
Should be.
Yeah.
Definitely. Ultra now spitting some truths. With that,
most of Ultra's takes I like. It's just he just loves to throw in a Dak comment all the time,
which is fine. Which is completely fine. But the thing is, Dak's going to be the quarterback.
Yeah,
it's just there's just
exactly.
No way he's not.
So take that Ultra energy and funnel it into something else.
Yeah, I'm more interested in like really diving into that when there's more of a chance.
Like next year, if we don't, we've said this, we've been on record saying this a lot of times. It's NFC Championship game or bust for Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
like that's how it is. These guys have to improve off of their last 2 seasons. They have to have a deep postseason run. They have to get to the NFC Championship game.
And if they get to the NFC Championship game, it would be like, well, they have to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Period.
Well, but if they make an NFC Championship game. It's like the Eagles being like, well, Jalen Hurts made the Super Bowl. Well, you have to still use that. You can't just use that for one team. Making an NFC Championship game is equally, and this is the one year the Cowboys have the chance. Mm-hmm. There's not very many good quarterbacks in the NFC. This is their chance the team is ready. The team is built good enough. This is probably the best team we've had at this point of the year in the last, I'd say, decade. So there's no excuse to not have a good run unless injuries would be the only thing.
Yeah. Knock on wood. Well,
oh fuck,
that was me.
That scared me.
That was me. That was me, baby.
Ultra says, I'm only watching the games just to enjoy our defense. Defense will be the best in the league.
I like it. I agree. I think I'm excited for the defense. What I will ask before we get out of here for you guys, what's something that you're super excited to watch at training camp live?
Right.
Or it doesn't even have to be like, what are you guys excited for? Like, I have a couple things I want to see in person, but what do you guys think?
Let's hear it.
I don't know. I'm actually interested to get a little bit of behind baseball look at how the coaches interact with the players and maybe try to find some personality. Because that's what I loved about Hard Knocks was seeing the personalities behind the players. So I'd like to maybe see something funnier that makes me laugh or that is like, oh, this guy's got this quirk or this guy's funny. And that just gives me, then I like that player.
More of a personal attachment.
Yeah, more of a personal attachment. So
I agree with AJ on that. It's nice to not have to watch on TV when you can see the plays forming. So it'll be nice to go to a practice, see what they're doing, what they're drilling out, and then you can kind of see, you can pick and choose what area you want to watch versus just being told where to watch.
Yep.
So that's one thing that I'm into looking at, and then also I think if you're going to training camp, you're a big enough Cowboys fan. So I'm actually looking forward to interacting with other Cowboy fans and talking about our
networking, baby.
Talking about our show, getting them on it, shooting some content. I think it's going to be a good couple days of just like a lot because it's like it's not like we're on a game day where we're going to be tailgating and we're watching the game and then we're getting too wasted to be able to do anything afterwards. This one, it's like, oh, we're down there. We're kind of mingling with other fans.
It's early. It's at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's early, so it's like we'll obviously we'll be cracking some of the.
Oh yeah, we're cracking.
But like just talking with other people and just getting to know them and getting them on camera, like just content. I love the idea of filming a bunch of content with Can fans
for sure. And it's another step for our page. For me, I'm excited to be close to the action. Like for every game we've been to, we've almost basically been in a mountain, right? We've been in the nosebleeds. So I'm excited to actually get close enough that we're pretty close to the players. And it'll be interesting to see how much better a guy like Micah Parsons or CeeDee Lamb is, or even Dak Prescott when they're face-to-face competing against other guys at their same skill position, right? At their same position. Because we're going to see it firsthand. You're going to see Micah do something, then you're going to see someone else do something.
Yeah.
You're going to see Dak Prescott make a throw. You're going to see Cooper Rush make a throw.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see the actual difference between how good the good guys are and how like the guys trying to scrape by and make the practice squad are. It's something I've never been able to see, and I'm just super stoked for it.
do you know, or maybe we can find this out from Boots, are we able to stand by the fan? Like how close
I think you have to pay. I think fence, like getting closer is like pay or you're media credentialed.
Okay.
stuff for us to look into.
Hey, by our third practice, we're going to be vets.
Yeah. Ultra says bold prediction: Overshown beats out Damone Clark.
Oh, that
linebackers is going to be
bold.
fun.
Yeah, the Overshown heat-seeking missile arrives in Oxnard in 22 days.
Linebackers will be exciting to watch.
Yeah, linebackers.
And then Ben Kaler says, I'm excited to see Gallup and Cooks. I love the wide receiver core. Also, Gilmore bowling out. Yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot. You know what? I'm as you mentioned, I want to see the deuces loose. I want to see the hype train.
Yeah,
want to see it in person.
Most hyped Cowboys 6th-round pick in recent history. Okay, for the Sunday service, guys, this hasn't been a good one. We had a couple drinks. You guys clanked them.
Hey,
you guys clanked them and drank them.
And had a good production day.
Yeah, and we're back Wednesday. We are going to do a Wednesday night main event. Yep.
Wednesday night main event. We've penciled it in. Bandwagon Boy 1 is penciled it in. Bandwagon Boy 2 over there. I like that bucket hat, by the way.
Thanks.
I really enjoy it. So for the Bandwagon Boy sitting over at the Millennium Falcon, and me just sitting over here cracking them when I got them, enjoying the time, looking at the screen. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Peace.
Peace.